Hello, it's Grammie Antonia. I'm on the road to town. Got to go to the dollar store. I just want to talk a little bit. My anxiety is through the roof today. Just driving to town gives me a lot of anxiety. As you that follow me know, and for you that don't know, I'm in a very Trump MAGA area, and I'm a blue dot and have been all the years that I have lived in this area. So I know, and I know other blue dots out there that feel a lot of the things that I feel and have lived through even before Trump. But now, the anxiety is through the roof. And I know from my own life that some of these people will not relent on their hatred for people that are different than them. Trump is just allowing them to be those people. So all the blue dots out there that understand how we are filled with anxiety at times, and for all of you that aren't blue dots, maybe lived in a mixed area or a mostly blue area, this is how I feel. We've been fighting this fight for years in all kinds of ways. And I hear some people say, they're terrified now. And I can honestly say that's what they want. They want you to be terrified. They want you to be scared. They want to shut you up. Because all they believe in is their way, is the only way. And it is not the way of the United States of America that has been formed all these years. And what they're demonstrating, these cult members of Donald Trump's, is they're willing to lie, as another YouTuber says, lying for Jesus. Now, as a Christian myself, I know that Jesus never, ever endorsed lying for him. But you're willing to lie for Donald Trump? Well, maybe not. You're lying for yourself. And you're wanting the 10 Commandments in the public schools? What about bearing false witness against your neighbor? There's a lot of that goes on. And someone that will tell me that I'm full of hate, and I sound like it this morning, it's because you are full of hate. I've been a survivor. I've not been a victim. I have been a survivor. And I plan on always speaking the truth. I plan on always defending anybody's freedoms to worship as they please, to make their choices as women, to make our choices over our own bodies. I don't know, it feels like, no, it is like, it is. They want to be free, but they don't know how, because they've been suppressed so long, and they blamed us for so long for their suppression. Now they want to suppress everybody else. It's your hate, and it's not our fault. We didn't vote for this. We have always tried to help everyone, and that included these cult members when they were hiding, when they didn't have their supreme leader, Donald Trump, to let them open their mouths and be free to, because as long as they praise Donald Trump, they feel they're safe. And that's how it's been your whole life, right? As long as you don't say anything against those people that try to suppress you and hold you down, then you're safe. What's happening in this country, none of us are safe. And if you dare, you cult members, go against your supreme leader, he'll flip on you on a dime. We're watching that on Fox News, how anything that Donald doesn't like, anything that goes against what he says, then they find somebody to pin it on. Well, I'm coming into town, and I've got to muster up my strength, which I have, or I wouldn't still be walking. And I haven't lost my faith. I still hold on to my faith, because if there's one thing I know for sure, people, and I guess I'm talking to the Tangled Up in Blue, is that I would not be breathing right now if I didn't have faith. I needed my faith, and I will not lose it, no matter what Donald Trump and his cult members do. But it's not going to be easy. And I will speak out. And I will wear my pin in this officially called Robbinsville, this little town, which is actually one of Trump's towns, so it's Trumpville to me. I remember when they had the big Trump parade when he was running for president against Joe Biden, and they had their big Trump parade right here where I'm sitting, with all the trucks and the young men hooping and hollering for Trump. And that Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, that is the most hollow-head Barbie doll I've ever seen in my life. She prays to Jesus before she goes out there and lies. Lying for Jesus. You know, I've always said karma drives a big truck, a big bus, and it's coming. It's coming. Now, I'm going to go in here in the post office and check my post office box. I'm going to go to the Family Dollar store and get some Diet Coke and bread and some cigarettes. I'm going to go home and maybe clean my car and piddle around in my house a little while. But I just had to let out some steam because my anxiety is through the roof. And it's going to be real hard for me to keep myself in check when somebody in the post office or in the dollar store or anywhere here in Trumpville says, "You have a blessed day." And, you know, I was taught and I grew up not to use words like bullshit or especially GD. But, you know, I've heard it all my life from other people. And so I guess they were mad like I'm mad now. And I would just say to Donald Trump, because I'm not scared of Donald Trump and I'm not scared of his... Well, I don't mean that. I am scared of him because he is powerful. And they are powerful with all their money and their lies. But I will say to them, because this is what I feel. Fuck you, cult of Trump.